Hey, it's time again for our ALCIVIA Co-op Talk, an opportunity to find out a little bit more behind the scenes on how ALCIVIA is operating across the state of Wisconsin. Remember, for more anytime, you can go to alcivia.com and find some details. But this morning, we are visiting with Mary Williams. Now, Mary is a part of a team within ALCIVIA, the Food Safety and Quality Assurance Manager. First of all, Mary, that probably doesn't necessarily speak to all the elements that you and your team touch within ALCIVIA. We're talking about feed, but feed ingredients today come from a lot of different places in a lot of different forms, and you folks have a lot more regulations you've got to comply with, don't you?
Definitely. Back in 2011, the Food Safety Modernization Act was passed, and it really set a different tone for mill operations, which have to carry through to our customers, that we need to deliver feed to our customers that's nutritionally balanced. And we have to start with the raw materials all the way through our manufacturing processes and our delivery processes to be sure that we deliver safe and wholesome feed. Yep.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit. I mean, we talk about feed ingredients, but you really have to monitor feed ingredients from not only the sources they come from, right on down to size. Tell me about some of the examples that producers would be familiar with.
Well, first of all, a lot of different raw materials come in, and we monitor those suppliers, both nutritionally, and we have magnets in our facilities. Sometimes metal can get into the raw materials, as even our customers know when they harvest their crop. They may pick up stray metal and things like that. We have magnets that take that out, and we monitor that. But from a nutritional perspective, we're constantly checking and analyzing our raw materials to be sure that they meet the nutritional components. So when we formulate, we deliver that guaranteed diet. But one unique thing that's going on this year is that greatly affects our dairy producers is the corn crop is really hard this year. And so when the cow tries to eat it, they are not able to get to that starch in that kernel. So to be able to help with that, as we roll the corn, we get it to a targeted micron size, and that's where the magic happens, is getting that sub 400 level micron, and that micron makes that starch available to the cows. And we analyze that internally. We collaborate with external labs to be sure that our data is matching up, and we have seen some wonderful milk responses from our dairy herds because we know what that micron size should be to release that starch.
Yeah, extra set of eyes. I mean, that's something that I think many times farmers, especially those feeding livestock, might take for granted. The other thing that I want all of our audience to realize, Mary Williams, along with us from ALCIVIA, is the traceability element in all of agriculture. Sometimes I think people don't think of feed as a traceable item, but you folks really do a fantastic job all the way through the process.
Yes, it starts with knowing where your feed comes from, and it's nice that, we're a cooperative and very grassroots, so we appreciate that our customers believe in us and bring their corn to us and grain bank it. So if they bring it into our bins, we can trace what bin it came from and through our mill and out to the farm. When we're buying raw materials from other suppliers, we must be able to trace that. Some of the higher regulated items like medications have other regulations attached to them. And we know when we use the lot number, we manage our sequencing and flushing so that we can eliminate any risks of cross-contamination from, our mill all the way through to the farm.
Right. Mary Williams along with us. If you're just joining us, she's the Food Safety and Quality Assurance Manager for ALCIVIA. And you make a good point, Mary. Mary is the voice we're talking to today, but at ALCIVIA, you've got a team dedicated to food safety and quality.
Yes. As I mentioned, the raw materials we buy, we can't make feed without them. And we have our purchasing team where we buy a lot of those materials. Obviously, our customers may bring some of those materials in. We then must formulate it. We have myself and our food safety team Operations makes that feed, and we move it out through our drivers, and ultimately at the farm gate, there's our sales team. So any one of us may have contact with our customer base, and it's about getting it right the first time, and we all must work together. By doing that as a team, we ensure that we comply with the regulations, and ultimately we have happy customers that are humans because they're paying the bills, but also our other customer, which is our animals, and that they have a happy and nutritious eating experience.
Accountability and traceability. That's another story for ALCIVIA. Sharing it today, Mary Williams, Food Safety and Quality Assurance Manager. Don't take that feed for granted. They certainly do not. Want to find out more about the folks behind the scenes at ALCIVIA and all the products and service opportunities available? Go to alcivia.com. And that is our ALCIVIA Co-op Talk with Mary Williams. With